Welcome to the InGeneral podcast, episode 85. Today we have a new partnership with Frome. They basically condense every frame of the movie onto a canvas, so you can kind of show the entire movie. Each color, each stripe represents the average color of each frame. And they actually have all of the Jurassic Park movies minus Fallen Kingdom. They recently added JP3, and I actually ended up buying that one. You know what? It's actually pretty cool. It's like that perfect balance between a movie poster and a piece of art on your wall. So if you're not actually allowed to have a movie poster up at home, this might be the best thing. But we have a deal with them. If you head to the website, links in the description, use coupon code Jurassic Outpost, you get 10% off. And if you are looking, the Jurassic Park one I think is the best one because it's so colorful. But if you are looking, they're actually all on half price sale right now. So now's the time to go. Also, JurassicOutpost.com/store. We have launched with our designer James McQuaid. We've launched a retro Jurassic line. It's kind of our own spin on the classic Jurassic JP icon that used to be present in the 90s. Take a look. We've got masks, shirts, mugs. What else we got? Lighters. No, we don't sell lighters. But
Not yet. That's the next step.
JurassicOutpost.com/store. Today, I'm joined with Asees and Samantha. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Welcome.
Samantha, this is your first time on the pod.
It is, yeah.
Welcome.
Long time coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it really is. How long have you been with Outpost? That's been a while.
I joined right before Fallen Kingdom, I think. So
Right.
a couple of years now.
Yeah, wow. Well, we're glad to finally have you on. To be fair, the past couple of years, we've if you look on the website, you can split it by year now. 2018, there was like one pod, and it was Welcome Back. And then in 2019, there was another pod. There was like one pod, Welcome Back to the podcast.
Yearly podcast now.
Seriously, right? But yeah, welcome to the show. Asees, how are you doing?
Good. I'm very excited about the new partnership. You want to know why? One step closer to entire movie as a statue.
Oh, you're right.
And that's what, yeah, it's cool, right? Wow.
We now have the
Next step.
entire movie as a canvas. I'm looking at the JP3 one right now, man. It's dark. It's a much darker film than Jurassic Park. It's if you honestly, if you go on the website, take a look. The Jurassic Park one's all pink and colorful. You can the cool thing about it, like being a fan, you can see, you can kind of look at it and pick out, oh, that's that scene. That must be that scene there, which is pretty fun. I don't know. I think it's
If you squint and move your head real quick, could you watch it as a movie?
Yeah, I'm squinting right now. You know, I can see the Spinosaurus. I think
there it is.
I think I
taking
can.
Down the T-Rex.
Super condensed. That's right.
Best scene of the movie.
But we have some exciting things to discuss today, or one major exciting thing. After months of fans begging Colin directly on Twitter for a set picture, he didn't respond to any of them, but he released a set picture through, and it's pretty exciting. It's something different. It's not an animatronic. It's not an actor. It kind of reminds me of back when we had, was it Jurassic World, where we asked for set pictures and they sent us like a picture of the trash can and things like that.
I think it was.
It kind of reminds me of that. I mean, obviously there's a hell of a lot more in this, but it's kind of like a random shot just of the set showing a couple of props. Sam, do you want to run us through it?
Yeah, so when I first saw this, obviously I thought the fans are going to lose their mind. I mean, it's first we get a picture. We haven't seen anything since they went back to the set besides Bryce's bruises pictures. And yeah, Colin wasn't sending anything out. So this was super exciting to see this. It's obviously from a lab of some kind. It's got the cold storage container that says InGen on the front and Site B Isla Sorna. And so I think that is the main reason everybody started freaking out initially.
Yeah, definitely. And it's I find it funny how they put both Site B and Isla Sorna, just so you were made aware.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, just to be clear.
They're doubling down after the first two.
It's a cool InGen logo as well. Like bright blue. It's kind of more retro.
Yeah, it is. I like that logo a lot.
And I think they said the storage container is the same one we see at the end, or towards the end of Jurassic World, but it's obviously they haven't got the digital screen in the middle, so I mean that
could be CGI though later on.
Ooh, oh no, because there wouldn't be a caution sign. What does it say? liquid nitrogen. Yeah, it's interesting. It's quite large, but it is the same container that we see in Jurassic World, just a less technically advanced one, I guess.
So you think just reusing the prop?
I guess, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It's a storage container, so there's probably
millions of them, realistically.
Exactly. Yeah. They're gonna bulk order, aren't they? InGen.
This is a special one, hand designed, dude.
I like that they do have a fragile sticker on it, just to be sure. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's a cool picture, and it confirms that. I think some sites have got this wrong. They've been saying that we're going to return to Isla Sorna. There's absolutely no confirmation of that, and I don't think we are. But it confirms that Sorna, or Site B, is going to be discussed or concluded, or we're going to find out something about that island.
I think this is interesting because I don't think we're going to hear much of Sorna, if anything. I think it's going to be like Fallen Kingdom, where they just mention it in passing. I think this is just we'll obviously touch on it later, but someone deducted this could be the lab from JP1. This could just be a background thing that just says Sorna for the people who want an Easter egg or whatever.
Right. I mean, that's the thing, right? So you see the Adventure Collectibles tweet.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what does he say? I think this shot might actually be the Visitors Center genetics lab from the first film, and then points out that the sort of aesthetic of the room, the decor of the room, does match, especially the floor. The thing is, we're not seeing it from the same angle at all, and it's more than likely that InGen or whoever fitted the interiors of these rooms would have used the same materials and same layout. But it's definitely a callback to that original design. It's safe to say that this isn't a Jurassic World lab.
No, definitely not.
Especially with that 80s ass phone, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do we think? What does that mean?
I have no thoughts. I don't know. What could it mean? Yeah, flashback, right? It has to be.
Yeah, what do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I would think flashback because, if you kind of analyze the things in this shot, I think that in Venture Collectibles tweet, they pointed out a lot of stuff. It looks very dated. There's a Polaroid camera over off to the right side on the little cart. I doubt they're still using those in the lab.
Hipster Genesis.
That briefcase in the back looks a little dated. And I don't think that this stuff would look so pristine if it wasn't a flashback. There'd be dust on stuff and
so regardless of the island that this would be, if this was on Sorna, if this was on Nublar, if it wasn't a flashback, then this stuff would be, there wouldn't be lights on.
No.
It would be dilapidated jungle, overtaken. Look at the Sorna genetics. The communications lab in Lost World. That's
right.
4 years after the island was abandoned, or so we think, and it's just covered in jungle, the interior. So this is most likely some form of flashback.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
It's added to the fact that we know that the shaving can, might be involved in the movie in some way too. So perhaps a roundup sequence when Wu goes back in 94 or 93. Perhaps that's that. Who knows?
Hey, good point. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You always want to see that, right?
Yeah. Well, they have been making quite the point about the Barbasol can. Whether it's going to actually be a huge plot point in the movie or not remains to be seen. But yeah, you could be right. That could be linked to this, whatever's happening in this scene. Whether this is the cleanup of stuff on Nublar and they're going to take it to Site B, or whether this picture is on Site B. I don't know.
It could be something with Dodson too.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Dodson's got to be involved in some way, right?
Could have creeped on the island after everybody left and stole some stuff or something once he found out Nedry wasn't coming back.
And with all the influx of Nedry things coming out and the toys and stuff, I imagine we see Nedry still alive, guaranteed, 100%. You know what? Let's stop beating around the bush. We've been sitting on this exclusive for months at this point. Jurassic Outpost exclusive. I've been working on the scoop for months. Nedry is in the movie. There you go. Played by Jonah Hill.
I didn't think you were going to drop that yet, buddy. I thought we were going to make more of a splash.
Heard it here first, guys.
That's how you drive viewership.
You imagine if there was a flashback though, directly after the park, and Ray Arnold with a missing arm and maybe a missing leg, because that was in the script, and Nedry were both there. They were like, come back.
Like
Wait.
hobbling away.
Yeah, they crawled back to the visitors center.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
But I mean, we've never had a flashback in a Jurassic movie before. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
Aside from like time jumps, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, I really had to think about that. So this is a first. I mean, this could be a real flashback. I think it's pretty convincing that it is. But yeah, there's like a couple more things. Like the floor is the first noticeable difference. The floor in the genetics lab, with the pink stripe, the light blue, and the kind of beigey color. But on the walls as well, they've got like the fossils embedded in the walls. And even the tweet even talks about the walls looking the same, like the fixtures on the walls. I mean, it's everything. And that phone as well, that retro phone. This has got to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a modern attempt at doing a 1993 kind of visitor center, as how Jurassic World would have done it, as it did with the original visitor center in like Jurassic World itself. It's like it's close enough. Like you get the gist of it.
Maybe it really is supposed to be the genetics lab, and this this is as good as I got.
I think it is, man. I think it is. It's a different side.
I don't know. I don't know if that the fact that it says Site B on there is that storage container, is from Site B. We're on Site B. This is Site B, or if it's, to head there, and this is like a part of the cleanup on Nublar. I mean, there's so many possibilities from one set picture, and we knew that would happen. But it's exciting, and I'm really curious. I mean, other than it being Dodgson going back to the island, if it wasn't Dodgson, what kind of flashback do you think there could be?
I was thinking we might loop in Maisie, like the original Maisie somehow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I mean, we still have that open. I'm sure I would assume they would wrap that up somehow and say, how the original Maisie died.
We know she died on the park?
Yeah, I
mean, in the park?
She was there at some point. So if it's going to be a flashback, that might be a good opportunity to show that.
Oh, wow. So maybe, yeah. Yeah, because she says she died at the park, but they never specified when, and it could have been after the incident. Maybe she did a Kelly and went with whoever was going as part of the cleanup. Cleanup on Nublar would be freaky. Like heading into that island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I wonder if this is just part of like an intro sequence, or if this is going to be like, if there'll be like multiple flashbacks and it'll keep time jumping, or if it'll just be like one sequence. Do you think this might be the thing that opens the movie?
I would like to think so, because I'm not sure if this is just a one-off, but Colin didn't do like an inciting incident, and then J.A. Bayona did. That could have just been coincidence, but I imagine Colin's going to go back to what he wants to do with like, just setting up a story and making it a thing, and not necessarily following the tropes and like pre-built like thoughts and ideas on how to do Jurassic Park movies. Just do his own thing.
Yeah, so almost like the opening to Jurassic World that just sort of tracks back from the egg. This could just track back from the...
Yeah, just from Site B, there you go.
This picture right here is when it cuts to the title card. No, it's a good point, Asees, but I really hope they do an inciting incident. I hope they...
I mean, you can tie it in with this. You can have an inciting incident with this, saying maybe, Maisie dies. The original Maisie gets killed during the scene.
Yeah, maybe sounds right, yeah. That could link to it. Maybe... Because she is supposed to be like a main character, so opening the movie with some sort of introduction to her story would really set the tone.
Shit. Okay, so I have a thought. You know how back in the day we had those leaked synopsis for the Jurassic World 3? Spoilers, by the way, if you don't want to hear this, skip to the time code. It'll be in the description, or we'll just say skip ahead 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But remember how it mentions that Maisie gets kidnapped by a nefarious company? And what if that company is Biosyn? And then knowing that we could be going back in time to Isla Nublar and that Dodson's in the movie, what if those two the original Maisie and Dodson were linked together and they were both on the island during the same time, like whenever the picture of the set's taken? What if he sees original Maisie die, and then years later finds out that there's another Maisie cloned from the original, and that's why they kidnap her, to do like genetic stuff and like start cloning humans instead of dinosaurs? Boom, we just linked it, kids.
You've done it. I think I figured this out.
This is
Thank
team
you for
effort.
listening to the InGeneral podcast. This has been
We're shutting
great.
down the site.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's actually a pretty smart theory. It could be, man. It could be, yeah. Dodgson saw that, and then recently, you know, in the past year, whenever Jurassic World 3 is actually set, sees her again, or maybe it's just been made aware that there was a clone made, and yeah, they want to kind of reverse engineer her. That'd be pretty dark.
I'm gonna 100% put my money on I'm gonna bet on black here. All my money on black. Maisie has dinosaur DNA in her. I'm fucking calling it. I've been saying it for years. That's the only aspect of the sales script we haven't seen yet. It's coming back. I'm telling you. Every other aspect has come back.
They have picked very interesting bits from the sales script for the past two movies.
And you
Little
clone a
sequences,
freaking
little
human
sections.
without dino DNA? Get out of town. Of course you did. She got like Raptor or like some random ass dinosaur, like a compy or some shit in her.
That'd be really weird. Maybe she just had like reptilian eyes. Every now and then her eyes just flick. And she has a frill as well. That'd be weird. I mean, what do you think of the character of Maisie? Do you like her, Sam? Do you like the child?
I do. I like her. I mean, what's not to like about her? I mean, first of all, the actor who plays her is did a phenomenal job in Fallen
great.
Kingdom. But yeah, I mean, I think every Jurassic movie ends up having a kid in there of some kind to kind of add to the, wonder of it all, and we needed that in there. So Maisie was the perfect one.
Yeah, and I wonder, this will be the first sequel where she's sort of a continued kid. Because everybody thought Zack and Gray would make an appearance in Fallen Kingdom, but they didn't. And I guess they didn't really need to.
No. They're probably done with that island. Like, they never want to see dinosaurs again.
Yeah.
Their family's back together. They're living up happy.
Yep. Back to Wisconsin or wherever it was they were from.
How old is Maisie in the movie now? How old is the actress playing her? Like, Maisie might not even be a kid at this point. She might be like 12, 13, 14 years old now, like a teenager.
I think she's 11 or something like that. She
Oh, so she's
because
still
that was a
kid.
bit of a worry because of the lockdown. That was a bit of a worry that there might
Like she might grow too much.
Yeah. They might have to just time shift the movie a little bit or something. But yeah, I don't believe any of the intro scenes that they filmed in the start of the year they've had to refilm, and we know that Maisie was in some of them. She was in Canada filming.
Hell yeah, Canada, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it filmed up in BC. Beautiful
Oh, yeah.
BC. This movie's going all over the place. So we're going back to Isla Nublar, maybe. According to all the tabloid film sites, we're definitely going back to Site B. But we know that we're going to Malta for some filming. We're going to where do you think the majority of this movie is actually set? We don't know.
It's gonna be set on Malta.
Yeah,
Just fuck it, Malta.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going back to Lockwood Manor at all? Do you think there's any reason for us to head back there?
I wouldn't think so at this point. I mean, what was really going on down there? The lab's exploded. There's probably a dead dinosaur carcass probably somewhere, but that's pretty much it.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe just to track the dinosaurs from where they went from there. But I mean, we even saw Blue was already far away from Lockwood Manor by the end of the movie.
Yeah, very far away. And the T-Rex had gone quite the distance too.
Right.
Where was the T-Rex? Was that San Diego Zoo or some shit?
San Diego Zoo,
Yeah.
yeah. And there was also that motion comic that they released, which kind of tried to, It's all great, isn't it? The expanded universe. So the motion comic kind of tried to answer what happened to the T-Rex, and after it roared at the lion, it then turned around and left.
As one does.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think everybody can agree, like, at the end of Fallen Kingdom, when all these dinosaurs, get out, because they're like me. They're alive.
Oh, no.
I don't think any of them pose a major threat to the United States of America. I think we're going to learn quite quickly that these ones that were taken around the rest of the world, some of them may have been reverse engineered, they may have produced more, and there's more than likely other companies that have been up to no good with dinosaurs for longer than we think. So because I mean, if the story is that there's dinosaurs across the world, or that, you know, ransacking towns or things like that, then it can't have come from the one raptor that got out. See, that's the thing. We're missing the opportunity, unless another company has bred them. We miss the opportunity to have, you know, raptors running wild in Costa Rica, in little villages and things like that. That's something I always wanted to see. Absolutely.
I think the timing for this specific plot point is, I think, 4 movies too late now. They should have done this for like the Lost World for some point, of some aspect, like mysterious things on like mainland, killing people, eating crops, and like livestock.
That's what Jurassic Park 3 was supposed to be, man.
Yeah, man. This plot point's a couple movies too late.
It is. That was, I think JP3 had like, yeah, things were happening on the mainland, so they launched like a side investigation to head to Sorna, and it kept cutting back and forth. But it would have been so good to see. Yeah, I don't know why. I want to see raptors like ransacking little Costa Rican villages and all these deep like jungles in Costa Rica, because go from jungle to jungle.
Well, the cool idea, like the cool aspect behind that, is like the mystery of like what's actually happening. But at this point, we know exactly what it is. If someone like some farmer's like, "Oh, my livestock are dying," and it's not the wolves, like, "Oh, cool, it's probably Blue eating some shit."
Yeah.
Like, there's no mystery anymore. Like, we know exactly what's going on.
Well, Blue went to big in the forest town, right? She went to
ET. She did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already used to this foreign being coming into their town.
Not again.
Oh my god, linked universe.
This sets up ET too.
When does Vin Diesel come into that? Is that why they go into space?
It's fast. It's fast, and yeah.
Universal, hit us up, man. We'll write the script for you. Don't worry. We got this.
It'd be like those pitch meetings that Screen Rant do. Because money. No, I'm pretty sure Spielberg signed a contract way back in the day that made sure they would never make E.T. 2.
What would you even do with E.T. 2?
Well, there is a script. The woman who wrote the first script for Jurassic Park that they adapted, but they didn't go with her. The Malia Scotch Marmo, I think. She wrote the E.T. 2 draft, I believe. And I'm pretty sure you can get it online. It's about like Elliot when he is grown up a little bit.
Does he go to space?
I don't know if he goes to space, but he tries to find E.T. I think he tries to reach out and see, you know, get E.T. back. So maybe he does go to space. That's cool, actually. Yeah, but then I swear he signed a contract saying they'd never do it because he didn't want to take the original.
Look at Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man. We're getting a whole new thing going on. We can get ET2 going. Just put enough pressure behind it, start a podcast, a fan site, we're good.
Wasn't there a petition for it? Like, didn't people go down to Universal in California and protest, like, Spielberg, we want ET2? I swear I saw that. It was long time ago.
Only protest I know about is JP4. That's the only protest I remember.
We want 4. Well, we did, all right?
We did it, dude. We did it. We got it.
Well, the other day I received that piece of artwork from John Bell, and it's when he was working on Jurassic World before it was called Jurassic World, and it was still called Jurassic Park 4, and I just had to buy the piece. It's like it's his own map of Nublar, and it's got some of the like things that would have happened at Jurassic Park when it was still called that. And it's really cool. It has a little Jurassic Park 4 logo at the top. It's like an official JP4 thing. It's really weird.
Where'd you get that from?
John Bell's site. I think there's a couple left.
I'm gonna look into this.
Yeah, well, he's the guy that designed the how the Barbasol cam works. I'm pretty sure he designed like the Jurassic Gates, the Visitor Center, the Amber Cane. He did the Jeeps. Yeah, he did all of Lost World as well. So pretty legendary guy. And then he was doing some concept art for Jurassic Park 4, and then they delayed the movie, and I don't think they got him back, but I'm sure he did like quite a substantial amount of work already.
I mean, they had Rick Carter, man, on Jurassic Park 4. Like that was huge. I was like, oh my god, they're bringing the entire like OG crew back. That was gonna be.
They did have the OG crew back, man. Mm-hmm. And when they had do you remember that whole thing? Like when they delayed it, the 2 people that were working on it tweeted like, "Oh, Hollywood crushes dreams" or something.
Yeah, it was like Dan Sheriff, the concept artist.
Yeah, it was bad.
I remember that vividly. I was like, I'm crushed. Not again. This shit's happening all over again.
That was like our peak. We'd wait 14 years for this movie, and then, yeah, like it was happening, and then it got delayed again. We were like, no, it can't be real. Sam, were you waiting the same as us? Were you like, for the 14 years of your life, were you like craving the fourth movie?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think I jumped into the fandom really until after Jurassic World. So I didn't know any of this like protesting and stuff was going on.
Yeah, it was all
Just a bunch of kids.
It was just him, really. Yeah. Outside Universal. With the sign.
Sir, you need to leave.
Yeah. Again, you need to leave for the second time. Yeah, no. So you weren't involved with the fandom. Interesting. Like, I just remember growing up, and maybe were you like an internet kid, or were you just not? Were you more of like a normal kid and went outside?
Well, I probably didn't get the internet until like the mid 2000s. I mean, I'm old, so I just didn't know it existed, really. And I don't think any of my friends were really like dinosaur passionate. So I just mostly kept it to myself.
Oh, there was a whole community online of dino nerds.
Yes, and I eventually found my dino nerd friends.
It was a weird time after I was we said this last time, Asees. What were we, 8? When JP3 came out, 9?
Yeah, something like that, 8 or 7.
And I
We were
remember
young boys, dude.
we were young. I remember going online back then and looking at Dan's JP3 page and all these rumors about JP4. Like, back then it was so much fun hearing all these ridiculous rumors and like, oh, this is the title and it's got the Dilophosaurus in and Vince Vaughn's coming back and all this.
Ice Age. There's an Ice Age thing at one point.
Yeah, there was. There was.
How would that even work? I love it.
I was reading an article the other day that was like Sam Neill was returning alongside Jeff Goldblum for JP4. They both signed on. It's honestly Dan's. I think there's an archive of it. You can go to Dan's JP3 page.
There is.
Look back.
You know what I like to do every now and then? I like to go back. I like to grab a drink. I like to sit back and go all the way back from page 1 and go and get like the ups and downs of the roller coaster, like good times and then the super depressing and then right till the end of 2015.
Yeah, he like trailed out in like 2009, 2010 because
I know, it's so sad.
It'd been nearly 10 years of waiting, and he was like, "I am done with posting about this stuff." All we had to do was wait 5 more years, and we had Jurassic World. Interesting.
We did it.
What's your favorite, Sam? What's your favorite sequel?
Lost World.
No.
Good. Great. Okay, good. Another one. We gotta.
God damn it. This is awful. I'm all alone out here.
You're not. I'm so close to you, Asees. I mean, what did I buy? I bought
You know
the JP3 Frome instead of the Lost World one. Or Jurassic Park.
You know what? I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like I'm stranded out in the ocean on a life raft by myself, and then all you the Lost World / JP3 fans come just close enough for me to touch and just leave me behind. Stranded. Didn't even pick me up.
No, there's a few, you know. There's even Neelis, his account on Twitter is called Jurassic Park 3. He is as much a
that's
fan
him?
as you. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
big
Dude.
JP3 boy.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. He and I like Prometheus a lot too. We connected a lot over that movie too.
Prometheus was great.
Maybe we just like bad movies.
Prometheus sucked the first time I saw it. The second time I saw it, I loved it. I think it's just because of the way it was
great.
marketed, right? It was hyped up as this alien sequel, prequel, and it just it didn't have it wasn't what they sold it as.
Is what I wanted though, man. I love that shit. Ridley Scott, man, he can hit the ball sometimes, man. He can hit it hard.
Most times, man.
And then he takes it right back with Alien Covenant, just rips her heart out and just throws her on the floor.
Oh, so
and
you
stomps
didn't
it.
like Covenant?
Screw that movie, man. That's the worst. I hated it.
Wow. Okay, I like that movie. I like that movie too. Well, you like JP3. You got bad taste, man. Sam, do you like JP3?
Indeed.
I do like JP3. I mean,
Yeah.
I just kind of stay out of people's arguments about it, but there's a lot of things to like about it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Specifically
Raptors.
the Kirby's.
Well, obviously the Kirby's. I mean, they're like the best characters.
They
You can
are.
also buy a mug on our site.
There
Good
it
plug.
is.
That's how we do it.
There it is. That's how we do. Yeah, no, the Raptors are I struggle with that. I can't decide whether the Lost World Raptors or the JP3 Raptors are my favorite.
Just let your feelings take over, man. Stop lying to yourself.
Well, Sam,
It's 2020. You can be who you want.
I can't. But I can't do it. I even tweeted about Lost World today, Asees. You know?
I know. I wanted to screenshot that and say, "At me, you coward." I was so ready to go with you. Just fuck.
Yeah, because you can restrict now who can reply to a tweet on Twitter.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
I was so triggered. I was so triggered by that.
Yeah. Screw the haters, man. But yeah, no, Sam, the Raptors you were saying, are they your favorite, like in the franchise?
I don't know if they're necessarily my favorite Raptors, but I think they're one of the high points of JP3. Their designs are phenomenal, and seeing the male and female and them working together as a team, like whether or not you like the Amanda Kirby scene with her handing over the egg or whatever, I liked that whole interaction between them. Like the female comes up front and is telling the others what to do, and they hear the distress call. Like, I love that part.
Yeah, same. And it's so good. Like, I feel like in Jurassic Park, we know the Raptors are smart, they're coordinated, they can begin to open doors. Lost World, they've become these savage beasts, but they hunt real good, and they can fight. And then in JP3, they're smart, man. They're communicating, like you said. And yeah, the way that they surround the group, but they're all stopped and they're waiting for the leader to, the alpha male to make his, to do whatever. But yeah, it's brilliant. And it still makes them animals, because at the end of the day, they wanted their eggs back.
Right. And I think that's one thing I really like about JP3 is, like, we get to see them just being animals, It's just, they're out in the open doing their own thing.
Yeah. And killing for sport, though. Remember Udesky?
Right.
Udesky.
They gotta have some fun.
That was cool. That was one of my favorite scenes as a kid, when they're like, they set a trap. They actually set a trap.
I mean, animals do that in real life, do they not?
No, that was a great sequence. And the visual effects, still, the CGI when it jumps up and almost gets Amanda's face, like the close up on those teeth, is ridiculous.
So cool.
It's terrifying, really.
And yeah, that's one thing that I do really miss, is the terrifying Raptors. I just don't see the terror with Blue.
No.
Because she's not kind of written that way either.
Mm-mm.
Do you think we're going to see some Raptors in Jurassic World 3?
I hope so, man. I don't want that one raptor life.
Do you think Blue's going to die?
Yes.
Oh.
No. Wait. I don't. I really think Owen's gonna have her as a pet. I really do, man. At the end of it, they're gonna be living together on some beach or some shit. It's gonna be really weird.
On
I think
Sorna.
100%. We're tying it back together.
Yeah, Blue's got the whole island now to herself.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see some wild raptors. Like, I don't know whether another company bred them, whether they were poached off Sorna. Oh, can you imagine if some Lost World
that'd be
raptors
so cool.
were poached off Sorna?
Yeah, dog.
Well,
hang on. All right, yeah. So I think, you know what? We actually will be seeing wild raptors in some form, whether it be a big raptor, small raptor, who knows, or Lost World, JP3, whatever. Remember, like during Jurassic World's like Blu-ray release, something like oh my god, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so excited. Around the time of JP's Blu-ray release, or JW's, Colin was talking about some of the deleted scenes, and like one of them, and like Gray is talking about people not being going into the forest back in the day because they're afraid of shit being in there. And Colin's like, yeah, so what if we had a world where raptors were living in the forest and people just didn't go in there anymore?
Boom.
I think that might play into this. Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I remember us discussing that quote. I used to love that quote.
It's a great quote.
Yeah, just like you don't go into this stretch of forest because there's a lion in there. It'd be the same, but for raptors.
Yeah.
That would be so freaky.
There's obviously thought about it.
Good, but it suits more for a smaller, lower budget movie as well. Because imagine if it was like an Extraction or something. Like, there is this zone in South America where you don't go now because of velociraptors. They haven't done anything about it. They don't want to do anything about it. Just don't go there. Don't go into this forest. But I don't know, something happened.
That's such a cool idea, though. That's
Somebody,
so cool.
yeah, it's great, but it's such a mystery because as soon as you set foot into that forest, it's like the Blair Witch, right? It's like in the new Blair Witch, right? When they set foot like past a certain point, they're stuck in this area. Like obviously this raptor forest wouldn't be magical and paranormal and weird, but
Maybe.
it's the same kind of vibe. Like,
Well, it
or
could
maybe,
be.
yeah,
It could be.
maybe the
Yeah.
raptors have evolved to doing magic and warping time and distorting the
The
dimensions.
warlocks
that
and
we're in.
wizards now.
Then we can get our
Yeah.
Lost crossover with Jurassic.
Boom! Yeah, they
just
finally
magic
get
and
out
Lost?
and they realize they're now on an island in the Pacific. Oh, I love Lost.
I do too.
Yo, speaking of Lost, Speaking of Lost, guys, Maisie, maybe she's lost in that type of zone, like a dangerous zone. That's why Grant and like all those other guys are actually like doing physical stunts, and not just sitting in chairs.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see Sam Neill.
Well, they are. We know he's going to be doing some stunts. He's running around.
Yeah, but I wonder
said
how much. Yeah, from
Running
Dinosaurs,
from one desk
though,
to
do
another.
you think?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
I don't know.
I can see it now. The team's going to be, it's going to be Owen, Claire, Sattler, Grant, and then no one else. Maisie. That's going to be like the main dinosaur runaways squad.
I mean, the cast is so huge.
It's really
so
big.
huge. And they're bringing so many people back. Yeah, who are they bringing back from Fallen Kingdom other than the main three?
Zia.
Jake Johnson. Oh,
who?
Franklin Zia, yeah.
Yeah, Franklin Zia. Although unconfirmed, right? We haven't seen them on set or anything like that.
We saw Franklin.
Danielle is over there filming.
Oh, well, there we go.
Where the hell is Jake Johnson? Get that man to the freaking UK, put him on screen. I want that shit done now, man. What's taking so long?
There actually was just a tweet that I saw from Collider, and it says, Jake Johnson says he and Colin Trevorrow are trying to figure out scheduling to make way for Lowery's return in Jurassic World Dominion.
Shit. That doesn't sound good, man.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
What, like
a few
just
minutes
now?
ago.
Great.
Yeah.
So he might not be in the movie after all.
Whoa. No, they're trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Asees, you got your wish.
No, what the
yeah,
hell?
it
They
says
said
that
he was
they're
going to be in it
22
before.
minutes ago, you got your wish. What the fuck?
That's bullshit, dude. They said he was going to be in it. Not like, oh, maybe he's going to be in it now if we can make time.
Wait, did they say he's going to be in it?
Yeah, man.
So that was the plan until the pandemic hit. So,
Man, fuck this.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm upset
right.
now. He's my favorite, dude.
So he says, I was getting ready to go out, and then this pandemic hit, and so everything got pushed, and the schedule got rearranged, and now we're trying to figure it out because obviously I'm in Stumptown, and we're going into season 2 of that, so we're figuring out scheduling and how we can make it work. Wow, okay.
well, and Stumptown films in Vancouver, BC, I'm pretty sure. So maybe
nice.
they could do something with that.
It depends how substantial.
Stumptown's canceled, isn't it?
Hmm?
Didn't Stumptown get canceled?
They're filming season 2 right now, so I guess not.
Yeah, not according to Jake Johnson.
Damn it.
See, this is weird. So it obviously wasn't the biggest of roles, considering that they're just trying to see if it can happen. They've obviously had to adapt the script a little bit, but finale, everyone's coming back. If this is the big finale and everybody's coming back, there would be something amiss if Lowery didn't at least make an appearance. He's right there. I'd like to see Lowery again.
Oh, yeah.
He was like one of the interesting characters from Jurassic World, and he didn't have much screen time at all.
Well, and wasn't he supposed to be in Fallen Kingdom instead of Franklin at one point?
Oh, no. Is that true?
I remember that. Yeah.
No. This
I mean, that
podcast
would've
made
been
me
great.
so depressed.
I kind of would have made more
What was
sense.
he doing
but
though?
I know.
Yeah, it would have made a hell of a lot more sense. Especially his line right at the end. Somebody's got to stay behind. Like he'd want to go back and pick up some more Jurassic World merch to sell on eBay, but interesting.
That's the main reason.
Yeah, so what does he say here? He says, ending of Saunts. At one point, I pitched that he has like a huge ponytail now, and he's got like an army jacket, and he's kind of going through some PTSD from what he lived through.
Oh, hell
I
yeah,
wanted
dude.
the 70s glasses, and he's always smoking a cigarette, but luckily Colin said no. He said, "Man, I think he should be tatted up from the ankles to the ears. He saw a dinosaur attack."
I love Jake Johnson. He's so funny.
Wow, okay, yeah, interesting. I did not know that. Good spot, Sam. That was literally 20 minutes ago. So he might not be in it, but he might be. And he was supposed to, I think he was supposed to be in Fallen Kingdom, as you said. That would have been...
The depression's real.
Well, how do you think Barry... Like, it was weird that Barry wasn't in Fallen Kingdom.
Super weird.
Yeah. What's he doing now? Is he even in this one? He is, allegedly, right? He's coming back. Jake Johnson's coming back. That was all
he was
announced. But
listed.
at this point, who knows what's happening?
Yeah, I just wonder, like, how are they going to bring him back now? Obviously, we'll be working with Owen again on the island, or maybe Barry's been, I don't know. We're all assuming maybe Barry's been poached by Biosynth.
Somebody had to
Biosynth
save
trainer.
him. He's just stuck on the island.
True.
Oh, he's going to be a villain.
Maybe Biosyn have just captured all the retro characters that we want to see again, and they've just got them in this pack, including Maisie, and they're getting ready to, you know,
Unveil the attraction.
unveil the attraction to the fans. This is a super meta movie. It's super postmodern. It's like steps back.
Very avant-garde.
Yeah.
We've become the creatures.
Yeah, that's it. All these, like, we come to the set, like, there's a huge fan meet up on set. They're like, we want you all, like, everybody sit here. They're actually just filming us for the movie. We're the monsters. No, this would be, yeah, that'll be interesting. I hope Jake Johnson returns, you know? I hope they make that work. Just to make Asees happy, I think, more than anything.
Thank you.
It make Corey happy as well.
Yeah, my
It
man.
would.
We're
Corey
fans,
does a
man.
good Lowery.
That's his boy.
Didn't he do a costume,
he-
like a cosplay of that?
Yeah, he dressed up as Lowery when the Jurassics we went to Universal Studios.
The Jurassic? That's dope. That's a rap group if I ever heard one.
We're dropping
Yeah,
our
that's
album
you,
soon.
Josh.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's me, Josh, Jen, Dylan, Corey, and Caleb.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah, Caleb is
Some
dressed as
musical
Dr.
talent
Grant.
there.
Yeah, I was dressed as Ellie, and when we went to go on to the JP ride, there's like that little VIP offshoot to go to the front of the line, and the lady standing there working it, she saw us dressed up, and she's like, "You guys come this way." So, you know,
Oh, yeah, dude. I love it.
Oh, that's great.
VIP treatment for dressing up.
Banging. That's what you want. Maybe
Next time we
would
go
do
there,
that
Jack,
next
we're
time.
dressing up.
Who are we going to be, though?
You have to do brown face Ajay Sidhu, and I'll do white face Ray Nintendo.
Yeah. You know what? If I wouldn't get in trouble, you know, I'd maybe take you up on that offer. But I'd shave my head, be Roland, or maybe Vince Vaughn minus the height.
You're a big guy, Jack. What are you talking about? You're like 6'7", 6'8". You're a bit
You're
taller
right.
than
I am
me.
freakishly tall. Yeah. Peter Ludlow. That's not the problem. I could be him.
Arliss Howard, or whatever his name is. I was watching a Full Metal Jacket. Didn't know he was in that yesterday.
Oh man. So Samantha, you're a big fan of Jurassic World, right? You like that movie.
I do. I enjoy it.
And what about Fallen Kingdom? When that came out? Because we had maybe 2-3 years. And you had 2-3 years. How long was it? 4 years? 5, 15? How long between those movies?
10 years.
10 years between. Okay, cool. We had 10 years to wait between Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom. But you were completely online during that period. You actually, like, you know, unlike when you were younger for the original movies, you were part of this fandom. What was it like for you when you had all this anticipation and all these leaks, set pictures, official news, and then Fallen Kingdom hit? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it, and I think part of that too was being part of the community. So the first time I saw it was at the premiere in LA, and that was amazing in itself to be
Sounds cool.
there in that atmosphere, because I've never been to a premiere before. So that was amazing. It's also kind of interesting to just see a movie with a bunch of fans and you all kind of like look around at each other after it ends and try and read how people felt about it.
Yeah.
I know Chris had already had opinions about it. So he was he was interested in seeing what I thought about it.
He was the face just looking at everybody else during it.
Pretty much. But yeah, so I enjoyed it overall. Like I find things to enjoy in every single one of the Jurassic movies. I have things in Fallen Kingdom that I'm not a huge fan of. I think somebody was talking about this the other day, but Owen's kind of funny moments bothered me a lot in Fallen Kingdom, more so than Jurassic World. I just remember being in the theater and watching him try to roll away from the lava. And that was my point when it kind of took me out of the movie. And I'm like looking around the audience, like, are people really going for this? Okay.
Yeah, it was a weird
No,
moment.
it made me laugh
very,
so much. I like
slapstick.
Yeah, it was a little too much. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen The Rundown. That was a movie a long time ago with The Rock and Sean William Scott.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah,
Like at one point they get fed.
back when Sean William Scott was in everything.
Yeah, right. Before The Rock was like also everywhere. But they get fed some like fruit that makes them basically paralyzed. And so they're like trying to roll away and get away from these monkeys that come to attack them. And it reminded me so much of when Owen is like trying to like regain feeling in his limbs and roll away. I'm like, this isn't the vibe I want. Like The Rundown, it made sense because they had that humor throughout. And I mean, it was Sean William Scott. Like, that's his kind of thing, you know? But for like Owen doing that was the one thing that really just pulled me out of the movie.
Yeah, it's like misplaced comedy. Like it wasn't at the right time. At that point in time, it should have been really pushing the tension. But it, like you said, it just cuts you right out. It cuts right through it.
Yeah, and like I don't mind the dinosaur that came up and licked him or whatever. That was fine. I feel like that was an okay amount of like dino snot kind of comedy that Jurassic already kind of plays with. But yeah, that's probably the part of the movie I hate the most is when he's rolling away from the lava.
It is weird, yeah. It doesn't fit the moment, especially because, you know, is it right next to? I'm pretty sure it's right at the same time the Jeep as well, like gets obliterated, and they're kind of like it's destroying that lovely nostalgia piece.
Yeah, like all this is,
and
like
it's like ha 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 ha.
Yeah, like our childhood is melting in lava, and like Owen's just casually rolling away from it.
Yeah.
But no, I think and like some of the shots back at Lockwood Manor, like with the Indoraptor up top of the mansion, like going to kind of a full horror movie. I really enjoyed that whole sequence when they're running.
Gothic look,
super gothic.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's like a great addition to. That's something Bayona brought to it.
Yes.
But it's weird. I feel like Bayona took certain aspects from Jurassic World, like, you know, the kind of comedic side to Owen, and really ran with that in Fallen Kingdom. But it to me that kind of seems like he wasn't fully aware of maybe the source material or what like the tone of these movies should actually be, because it's misplaced. It's at the wrong times. You know, like you've got in Jurassic Park with the Brachio that sneezes on Lex. Like, it's at a calm time in the movie. There's no tension. They're just feeding the dinosaurs. It's like a humbling character moment.
Right.
And then it sneezes on her and it's ha 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 funny, and then it fades. This was, that's why I felt like when the dinosaur licks him, it's not offensive. It's not bad. That didn't really bother me. It was the crawling away, like half paralyzed. But the lick itself, I was like, it's still at the wrong time. I feel like the tension is so high right now.
Yeah.
It should have been building, and those things kind of took out. But
so you're like,
aside from that, sorry, go ahead.
No, like at that moment, you're thinking like Blue's been shot, like she might die, you know, and Is that the same time Claire and Franklin are down in the little bunker, like trying to not get eaten by the baryonyx?
Yeah, I think it's cross-cut with the baryonyx, isn't it? Because the lava is like dripping in.
Yeah. So like we have all this tension, and like I get maybe they're trying to cut some of that tension, but it still felt really weird to me.
Yeah, maybe the dinosaur that licks him, that would have been enough of a cut, and then get back into the tension. Maybe that would have like balanced it well if it was on its own.
Yeah, and like I think unintentional funny moments too, because I don't know that like Claire yelling chair was supposed to be funny, but I love that part.
It was. Yeah, this was a discussion the other day about that whole sequence with Justice Smith, and like his aggressive screaming. And I swear there was somebody that said apparently the screaming was gonna be mostly Bryce.
Oh.
And then they switched that for Justice on set for whatever reason. But
Strange.
yeah,
decision.
I really
I'm glad they
I
did.
really don't. Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, but I really don't dig the screaming.
I mean,
I
it
feel
makes
like it's a little
it
bit too
Forced.
much.
It's
a
so
little
strange.
comedy, but I mean, it makes more sense coming from Franklin because Claire's seen some shit at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think she would be
She's
screaming.
No, she led the T-Rex out of its enclosure.
Yeah.
She was like directly face to face with the Indo Rex. Yeah,
tough,
she's
man.
not going to be afraid of little baryonyx.
Yeah, and
She's
if we
hardened.
loop in the Evolution of Claire book, like she went through all of that stuff as well. Like, I don't think she would scream.
No. So yeah, it does make sense as Franklin. But yeah, Bayona brought some really great stuff to that movie. The thing I like the most is the cinematographer he brought. I mean, Oscar Fora is such a great cinematographer. He's worked with Bayona for so many years now. And Fallen Kingdom is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best shot Jurassic movies. And like you said before, the gothic sequence, like towards the end with the Raptor, that is so freaky, and it brings that whole new element of like gothic film noir to Jurassic, which is brilliant. And it's a great way of segueing as well from the islands where it's not like film noir, but it's nice and dark, but to like the mainland. And now it's like, it's freaky, man. It's just a shame that Indoraptor didn't get out. That would have been cool. That would have been better if the Indoraptor, if there was like a pack of them and they all got away at the end and that was the ending of the movie.
Oof.
Because then you're like, shit
terrifying.
is really going to hit the fan, yeah. Anybody in the path of those dinosaurs. Although, can those dinosaurs... Yeah, they can. They can fight without the... That's a silly question. I was going to say...
They can fly?
Can they do anything... Yeah, can they fly? Yeah. Can they do anything without that gun? But of course they can.
Also, that criticism about the gun and the thing, that's such a dumb criticism. Like, you're not gonna... I get the thing, if you can point the gun at the dude, shoot the guy, but that's not the point. You're not aiming at a single guy. You're aiming at, like, an entrance to a cave or, like, a compound.
An event, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
A
aiming at
location.
one single guy. Also, it's so stupid. It doesn't make sense as an argument.
No, I do
Like,
like
it's so
the argument
angry at
because for people that don't know the full context of that sequence, it's like, why would you aim a gun at something and not just shoot using the gun? But yeah, like you're right. The idea is like war zones and things like that. You know, they would use it. The gun is like a trigger. It's like, go
Yeah,
over
it's
there,
not a
do
fucking laser
whatever
sight.
to this. Yeah.
It's not to aim. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Because that would be super poor writing right there.
Yeah, I totally bought that. It makes sense. You put that shit on your soldier's rifle, and you can just control where the raptor goes. You're not shooting a single guy with a raptor freaking laser gun. Jeez. I get so worked up about this point because it doesn't make sense why people attack it so much. I don't even like the movie.
Yeah.
That's my rant. I'm done ranting. That's it.
Well, did you like it as much as Jurassic World?
I'm gonna say no. Just because I think Jurassic World, we waited so long for that, and it was a little more like nostalgic, and we got to see the actual park working, and I don't know, it was really emotional when you see Gray throw open those doors on his balcony for the first time, and we see the whole park and the music swells, and like, who didn't tear up during that? Come on.
Well, I know somebody on this podcast who definitely cried.
Who did? Shut up. That's different. That's different. It wasn't at that part. It was different.
Yeah, I totally know that whole build up and like when he runs out, I don't want to wait anymore. Like that was a line. That was the fans saying that.
Yeah,
line.
that was all us.
We didn't want to wait anymore. Just show us the goddamn part. And then cut away really quickly.
Also, I'm gonna rant again. I'm back at it. This is it. Pencils down. I'm ranting. People attack the music choice for this scene, but I totally get it. It's not. It doesn't have to be showing at the dinosaurs. It doesn't matter. You're showing the beauty of the park being open. Fucking Hammond's vision. That's the beauty. Not about the dinosaurs. God damn it. Rant over.
I think it's partially. I think it's partially about the dinosaurs. I think maybe we should have seen a little bit more of dinosaurs in their enclosure, or at least for later parts in the films. But yeah, no, that whole sequence when he's running and he opens and you see the whole park, it's magical. That was like,
it is.
Yeah, it just feels both nostalgic and like a relief. We finally got this fourth movie. Mm-hmm. That's how it felt. It was very impactful.
I guess you could have had like dinosaur head poking out like the enclosures or some shit, but like who cares? You don't need it.
Well, this is what the poster that John Bell, the one that I got from John Bell, it's got like, you know how in the concept art you could see little, it was like those beach shacks that you get in, where would it be?
On the lagoon area?
Struggling with this, but right down at the bottom, yeah, it has like those, you know, those like beach houses you get. I'm forgetting the actual place in the world where you see the Maldives.
Yeah,
sure. You know, like bright blue sea, and you have these shacks that are like out on the water, and you basically jump.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
can just like,
wow.
You're surrounded by the sea. They had these in the original, in that concept map down at the bottom of the island, and you can see there's, I think it's a mosasaur that's like swimming around them. Like
that's terrifying.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was like, I don't know if that was just like some crazy concept art, or if there's definitely concept art that shows those kind of, maybe not with the mosasaur, but those kind of beach huts, houses, and there is a lot of the park that we still haven't seen.
It's the other side, man. Don't worry, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Camp
Well,
Cretaceous.
we may see Camp Cretaceous.
Camp Crustacean. Can't wait.
Giant crabs.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. September 18th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, and it's 8 parts, right? They said it's 8 parts?
I think so. And then season 2 will come at some point.
Yeah, I think hopefully they're saying early next year for season 2. I believe it's something that, I don't think there was much of a gap between producing the 2 seasons. I could be wrong, but I think they want it to be quite consistent.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. Like, depending on what happens in the show and how much we see, I think the thing that most people are excited about is the fact that we are going to see the park again in operation as well.
Yeah, and places that we haven't seen before as well.
Yeah. I wonder, like, to what extent we're actually going to see.
I mean, we can't see that much of the other side because Indominus doesn't travel that far, doesn't it? It stays pretty, like, up towards the north area, and maybe towards the center where the people go towards the end of the movie, but it doesn't travel that much.
What comes down into Main Street?
That's like towards the end, though.
Yeah, true.
She's just running around killing things, so who knows where she went.
That's a good point. She's having a party. She's having
from the trailer, we know she's screwing with the kids in Camp Cretaceous for a little bit.
Right.
And that must be, part of the time where we don't know where she is. She took our trekker out and all that.
Oh, good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she ripped it out.
God, some fan I am. Jeez Louise, can't remember anything.
Yeah. But you could tell me anything about Jurassic Park 3, couldn't you?
I can tell you the number of hairs on Paul Kirby's mustache. I can tell you right now that I grew a mustache in honor of Paul Kirby after I watched that Jurassic Park 3 the other day.
You know what? I really want a Paul Kirby action figure now. I sold like the entire collection of everything I had. I kind of want to buy Paul Kirby again.
Hell yes. People are finally coming around to my man Paul Kirby. Can't believe it. Took years. Finally.
Was there 2 figures they did for that?
There's one for sure.
I swear there was 2, right? And he came with... Did he come with the bike? Do we know that?
No, he came with the frick. What did he come with? I think it was a net and like a baby stegosaur or some shit. But Alan came with the bike too, though. That was a different place.
Oh, here we go. We had Paul Kirby in a pink shirt.
My man. Did he ever wear a pink shirt in the movie? I can't remember.
No.
Amanda does. Amanda wears a
does,
pink
yeah.
shirt. It's fine. They're back together. They can share clothes. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
But what is Amanda? Amanda's toy has a blue shirt on.
See, they switch shirts. It's fine.
He wasn't wearing blue.
Yeah, it's close enough to gray, though, bud. If we don't have a gray, blue's close enough.
True. So I gotta get myself a Paul Kirby action figure. I think that's the most important thing. Just thinking about it. Jesus.
Amber Collection,
Man,
Paul Kirby.
Oh my god. Someone get Universal on the horn right now.
Oh shit, if they don't though.
Dude, if
I'll
they
be
got
annoyed.
freaking... Oh my god, I'm so upset there's not a Paul Kirby statue at this point. Jeez.
Dude, what if...
Monument.
Maybe we need to talk to Prime One Asees. Maybe I need to finally order that Spinosaurus thing. And
No,
then
you
email
ditch
them and
the-
say,
no.
look,
No, ditch
I'm
the
ordering
Spinosaurus.
this,
You're
but
getting
I
the Paul
need
Kirby.
you to make a Paul Kirby to stand there.
You know what?
The same exact position he does when he runs out the plane, sees the Spino, freezes, and then runs back in. That Paul Kirby.
You know what? I'll double it. If you buy a statue and I buy a statue, then they have to do a Paul Kirby. That's 2 statues.
They have to. Shit, I really want to pull Kirby now. Do you know what? You're right, though. The Amber Collection, if they don't do the Kirbys as a trio, I'll be very annoyed. They've got to. They're the most important characters in the franchise.
Obviously.
Where does Jurassic Park 3 stack for you, though, Sam, in the whole series that we have now of movies?
Number 2.
Oh boy.
Be honest with yourself.
Well, it kind of fluctuates, honestly.
Between
The
1 and 2.
more I watch the newer movies, because we've had more time to watch the old ones and
Sure.
analyze them, love, hate different parts, whatever. I don't know. It might be my 3rd favorite one.
Oh my god, there we go. I'll take it.
So you're saying Jurassic Park, Lost World, then JP3?
I think so, yeah.
We did it.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Always the aim of the podcast is to make sure somebody shares the exact same opinion as us. And
That's all we
we'll
want.
just end the pod. That's all we want. No, that's interesting. And obviously, like people always say, nostalgia plays a part. We grew up with those films, so they mean more to us. But yeah, I think the longer, I think if you go back to through the InGeneral podcast, I used to laugh. I used to be on Chris's page with JP3.
Right.
And Asees was fighting its corner. He's converted me. And
Hell
I think
yes.
just as time has gone on, the more you watch it, with the new movies as well, and you compare, and I don't know, I've loved it more. I think it has a lot to give. And obviously, I don't know, just learning about the production it actually had, I can give it the benefit of the doubt in some cases. But it should have been so much better than it was.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it could have been better, but I didn't realize people hated it until I got into the community. So, I mean, of the Jurassic Park fans, I'm probably one of the least critical. Because I take them for what they are. They're movies. It's entertainment. Yeah, the dinosaurs aren't going to be 100% accurate. I don't expect that. Especially because we're learning new things every day. The Spinosaurus does not look like that anymore. But that's a recent discovery, But I don't know. I love all the movies just for what they are. They're dinosaurs. We get to talk about dinosaurs, you guys.
Well, you know what they say about art? Nothing is truly perfect. A piece of Van Gogh, it's good. It's not perfect. We look at Jurassic Park 3, it's nearly there. It's pretty much perfect. So, you know what?
Yeah.
Art's art.
we got Alan Grant, so,
Exactly.
It has all the elements,
big
doesn't
bones.
it? Regardless
got
of how
Ellie.
the movie plays out, you've got Alan Grant, Ellie,
Ellie saves the day again, like she does.
classic Ellie. You have the T-Rex, although that's a point of tension for some people. The T-Rex's demise in JP3. I love it though.
I love
that
it.
sequence.
The
The fight itself as well has got to be the most realistic looking fight in the franchise.
it's amazing. It feels like it's a Walking with Dinosaurs style kind of thing.
Yeah, the camera's all low down, swaying from side to side. It's basically a POV. You got these huge behemoths just ripping each other, pulling each other around. You can see the muscles rippling. Mm-hmm. That is honestly one of the best sequences in JP3.
Like two bears fighting.
It's so good.
But it had all that, right? It had the island feeling. It was only 4 years after Lost World, so of course it was going to feel the same.
Right.
And that's why it's like we've always said, it's a 90-minute dose of Jurassic. It's a really easy thing.
Right.
You want to feel like watching Jurassic Park, but you just want a little quick dose of it. JP3 is always the way. I'm channeling my inner Asees right now. I never used to say this kind of thing. Yeah.
Converting one Lost World head into a JP3 head. Once a year, I'll take it. I'll take one per year.
Just slowly.
So far, nobody has argued against me on Twitter, man, about Lost World, so...
I'm still saying it. At me, you coward. At me.
I should have. You should have been the only one. Oh, man. But yeah, so there is quite a lot to look forward to. Obviously, we have Jurassic World Dominion. I don't think we're going to see a trailer for a long time. Definitely not this year. I don't think there'll be a trailer.
Oh, Super Bowl. Oh, it doesn't count anymore. Never mind. Who knows when that's going to happen.
Yeah, Super Bowl will have a trailer for sure, right? It's February.
Who knows?
February?
I mean, if the Super Bowl happens.
Yeah, by then it's surely. I mean, we've got what? You got to pray. But yeah, so I don't think we're going to see a trailer this year. We might see a teaser trailer for Dominion, but we've got Dominion coming out. We've got Camp Cretaceous in less than a month, just over a month for Camp Cretaceous. We have, what else do we have coming out? We've got Lego.
This pod coming out.
We have this podcast, and the next podcast we're going to talk exclusively about Jurassic Park 3 again. No, I think we have to take a break from that, man. I mean, there was a whole podcast, the one we did. The whole thing was just JP3. Like, it was Paul Kirby and a Spinosaurus on the slate.
It's tough, man. It's tough when it's one of the best movies in the franchise. It's natural to talk about it. I just get it. I wasn't even on that podcast, to be fair. So.
But what else do we have? We have Lego stuff coming out. We have... I'm trying to think. Is there anything else?
We have a game coming out, allegedly, one day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was that called?
Jurassic
Aftermath.
World. Was it called Aftermath?
You mean the one that we found the thing for? The
I was thinking about Jurassic World Evolution 2, but I'll take Aftermath too, sure.
No, yeah, I think I used to be a fan site. Do you remember that fan site, JP Aftermath?
Nope.
Oh, really?
I don't remember much from the fan sites. I remember the good ones.
That was a good one.
Was it? Oh, my bad.
Do you remember Jurassic Island?
No, I don't.
InGeneral? Come on.
Remember JP Legacy?
I remember JP Legacy. I remember InGeneral. JP Database. You gotta remember that one.
I don't remember any of these except for JP Legacy.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm being legit, dog. They weren't asked. Oh, I remember. You know what? The best one. JP4.org.
Yes, boy. That's how
Nailed
we
it.
met.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, it's a shame you missed out on all this, Samantha. It was like fun being a kid online. Back when like websites were websites, everybody had a website.
Oh, right.
It wasn't just like
GeoCities.
all on Facebook and GeoCities, all these goddamn GeoCities websites. That's like a throwback now.
I missed that time. I hate being an adult. I hate it. I want to be a kid again.
The internet isn't as fun anymore, like in that sense, everything is on social media. There's no like nobody has a .com anymore. Which is why I'm thinking about starting a Jurassic website that is its own .com. It's it's not on Facebook.
Oh, really?
I'm thinking about maybe calling it like JurassicOutpost.com or something like that.
Sounds tacky. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't really get it. What's an outpost?
Yeah. Also, why Jurassic? Be more creative, dude. Just make it your own.
Triassic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got it here. Universal Pictures trademarks new video game Jurassic World Aftermath. So this was in April.
I mean, let's see if it even comes out at this point. Like, we've had so many rumors at this point. Like, oh, this game's coming. Nah. I'll see it when I see a trailer for it.
Yeah, they don't even do really... they don't even do tie-in games anymore, Like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the game.
You want to know why? Because they have those stupid apps.
Oh,
Yeah.
pay to play.
They're making bank on those things.
Damn.
So
Then we have no idea what
here's
Aftermath was going to be.
Here's the thing. If you guys want video games, my second, you know what, third rant, here we go. You guys want video games? Take your iPhone, put that shit in the river where it belongs. No more apps, real games. That's it. Rant over.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think when's the new generation of consoles supposed to actually be out? November for the Xbox, right?
This holiday.
Is the PlayStation actually announced for this year?
No, but it probably would be though. Probably around December-ish.
Maybe there'd be a Jurassic game when it launches.
I don't think so.
No, I mean that's
Getting
that's
sick
a
there,
real
Jack.
stretch. I don't know what world I'd be living in. Yeah. Don't worry, it's not the Rona. The Rona.
That's all good. It's all good. Gotta make sure the baby boys are okay.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I'm good. But yeah, there are some exciting things coming out. Obviously, Dominion being the most important. But I think the set picture is enough to tide us over for quite some time. It's got people talking. It's got people discussing what it could mean, what it could be. I just refreshed Jurassic Outpost and see that Josh is already writing an article for the Jake Johnson return. Nice. But yeah, we have a few things coming out. It's going to be fun. I think the next few months while they're filming, I think there's going to be some really cool reveals. And yeah, while I don't think there's going to be a trailer until next year, I think there's going to be something. There's going to be more of a tease. I mean, what kind of thing do you want to see, Sam? Like, obviously we don't want to be spoiled, but was like the set picture that Colin did, was that like the ultimate kind of tease? Or
I mean, I hate when we get spoiled by trailers, so I usually watch them maybe once and then just try and forget them, so I'm not agonizing over it when I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
So, just a little teaser thing, I think is all I really want. And of course, they've been, they said that they were working on the footage during the pandemic. So, we could possibly get something this year.
Yeah, like a teaser in December.
Yeah, Christmas present.
What if
Yeah,
they just
now that'd
released
be cool.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was choking on water.
Getting
while you guys
sick
were
there,
talking.
buddy?
No, I was choking on water. I was like, while you guys were talking, I was like just sitting here in agony, just trying not to throw up and die.
Oh,
That
God.
was rough.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
It's
buddy.
hot here, man. You gotta hydrate. You gotta be hydrated.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot.
You were talking about being sick. No, you were talking about. I made myself forget. What were you talking about? Oh, teaser.
Oh, yeah.
Peacock's coming out, that streaming service. Just take the random 4 weeks you have of footage, just put whatever you had together, edit it, or don't. I don't care. Just put it out there. Who cares? Part 1, JP Dominion. Just out of context footage.
They could have filmed a teaser while they were in Canada. I mean, it was snowing for a lot of the time they were there.
Right.
And I think they were going for that snowy vibe. So the teaser trailer, I don't think it's going to be snowing for a majority of the movie, but maybe maybe they'll put something together from the footage they've shot. Like you said, Colin said he was working on footage and they were able to do some visual effects work during lockdown. So
Right.
yeah, maybe they'll give us a little treat. Maybe there'll be something.
And I'm not expecting it for a while, though. I mean, like with us getting this picture, I mean, that took long enough. And honestly, they have so much more work to do now that they have to film with all these precautions and stuff. Like, I honestly wouldn't be worried about trying to get people teaser photos out,
Yeah, no, it's like not the most important thing at this point.
No.
They're all abiding by such strict guidelines now. I doubt many are getting their iPhones out to quickly take snaps, but yeah.
So they should be the
I
river
think
where
the
they
only thing I really want to see, and I wish this had happened, that we'd never been announced that Laura Dern and Sam Neill were returning. Like, we had no idea, and they were told, like, no social media presence, like, fake your social media presence. Imagine that. And then all of a sudden, Colin uploads a picture, and it's them in costume on set.
I would have loved that.
The 3 of them. Like, the drop on that would have killed people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Would have killed me.
yeah. That would have been that would have been the best tease. Like, they get him into it. They actually tell him, like, fake your social media feed. Pretend you're in New Zealand, Sam Neill. Like,
post weird animal photos like you usually do.
Yeah.
Yep, just keep doing that. No one will know.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Although I am looking forward to seeing them in costume, like what they're going to put them in. Because you know people are going to instantly want to cosplay those.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum very well black.
No, I don't think so. Asees.
More leather.
White?
Why would he do that? Yeah. Do you think they'll color code them and kind of reference the costumes in the first movie?
Color code? What a weird way to put it.
Well, like, you know, like Ellie Sattler's wearing pink. He's Alan Grant's wearing blue. Do you think they'll kind of do that again? Do you think they'll have like a
Grant's gonna wear pink. Ellie's gonna wear black. Goldblum's
Maybe they'll all
blue.
be in black.
Oh, by the way, is that hat the same one from JP3? I legitimately don't know. That's a legit question. I'm not making a fun thing here. Is it? It looks similar.
It's not. I don't think.
He
But I
probably
think
has
it's
a
supposed to
ton of
be-
hats. I mean,
He has a ton of hats.
Yeah,
As
but Billy
Caleb was
saved
saying
this
on
hat,
the
though,
last
man.
pod.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he has a ton of hats, and I think it's trying to go down that vibe for sure. It's definitely the same type of hat, looks the same, but I think at this point, how long has it been since JP3?
Listen, man, I have hats from who knows when, before I was born. I wear my dad's hats.
Yeah, but maybe
all the time.
maybe when he got back to the mainland, maybe he retired that hat.
I mean,
Maybe
it
he
was
had
like
enough fun with
covered
that
in
hat.
Billy's blood and
Yeah.
dino
boy.
droppings.
As soon as he gets away from Billy, he just chucks
Like,
it.
thanks, but no.
Off the plane in the
Burn
garbage.
it.
Oh, thanks, Billy. Yeah, cheers. I really wanted this back. Oh, weird. Well, I'm excited. Yeah. Any closing thoughts, Samantha? Or anything else that you're, craving to see, or anything you're really excited for in Jurassic World 3, or is there anything you kind of want answered that you're worried that might not get answered?
I mean, not particularly. I mean, I'm kind of along for the ride on all of these movies. I'm really excited for Ellie and Alan to be back specifically.
Yeah.
So excited to see what they do with them. But for the most part, I'm just waiting like everybody else to see what happens. Other Jurassic stuff, I'm kind of hoping that Jurassic World live tour will start up again eventually. But no, since they had to stop that with the virus going around, it's just kind of sad that people didn't get to see that story, because I think it adds a lot to Jurassic, whether or not people are saying it's canon. But the characters that they add, we get to see different parts of the island there. It can very easily link into Camp Cretaceous, because it would be happening around the same time. But yeah, I hope that gets going again.
Yeah.
I'm bummed because I really wanted to see it. It was coming to my hometown, like at a time I would have been at home, and then this happened, and now I'm sad. I'm a sad boy.
Oh, it's so close to cease.
I know. I was almost had it in my hands.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot to look forward to, though. And I think one thing I really want to see is like a more adult-themed TV series, a live-action TV series. I don't know what about, but I think there's so much to explore in this franchise that hasn't been yet. And I think ideally, it would be best if it went back to the 90s. And whether or not it meant that it continued, and then, season 2 or 3 of the show is set after Jurassic World. I just think there's a live action, that would be the ultimate thing. And a video game, like a survival video game. Those are like the two things I'm craving.
I would love a nature documentary, Walking with Dinosaurs kind of style
That'd be great.
TV show, like mini series or something. We'll probably never get it, but just, get Attenborough to come in and narrate it. And
Oh, wow, yeah.
who wouldn't love just watching the dinosaurs roam around?
Jurassic
That's what we
World.
want.
That'd be incredible.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be incredible. When would you set that, though? Like, in modern day? Or would you set it like... Yeah, I guess you'd have to, right?
I think you could do different time periods, honestly, because you could have the initial JP, here's them in their natural setup. You could use it as maybe they were going to use it for advertising for Jurassic Park if it opened. but then you can do in the in-between periods when the parks belong to the dinosaurs, essentially. I don't know.
Oh, and maybe they like went in illegally to these restricted islands.
Yeah.
Like a camera crew. That would be cool. You know, at the end of like Planet Earth and those kind of documentaries, they always give you like a 5-minute snippet on how they filmed that episode.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool if they recreated that, like how we got to Isla Sorna to film the raptors. They're just like, that would be so freaky if they came so close to these raptors. Maybe most of the crew would probably die.
I mean, maybe, probably.
It depends how well camouflaged they are. They go to pretty extreme lengths in Planet Earth to hide themselves.
Yeah. So just do that, but with dinosaurs on the islands. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be great. That would actually be really cool.
Well, they gotta do something after
maybe.
JW3. Who knows what happens?
Well, tweet Colin. Everybody else does. That might work. Hey, Colin.
Hey, man, it's your
Make
boy.
this,
Samantha.
please.
Please, Colin.
Thanks.
Samantha, thank you for joining us on the podcast, and Asees, thank you for coming on. Before I go, I must tell you guys, I've not been told to say this, I promise, but definitely go to the Frome.co website. The link is in the description, and go buy yourself a Jurassic Park or Lost World, specifically Lost World, JP3, or even Jurassic World's on there too. Frome. They're really cool. They're great little canvases, and if you are actually interested, Jurassic Outpost is a 10% discount, and currently they are half price. As always, head to jurassicoutpost.com/store for some really funky stuff. And guys, thank you for joining me on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You should say fuck you.
I said thank you. Jesus Christ, someone's fucking vacuuming now. 1 sec.